All right. So, as I said, this is Blasting Burrows versus Tilted Miners. Game number one, going to Infernal Shrines. This was picked by Blasting Burrows on the left, so that means Tilted Miners is going to be having the first ban, first pick. Infernal Shrines is one of those maps where you kind of really want to pick some team fight comps because there's going to be guaranteed team fights on the different objective locations. Alex Straza is very good on the map. Diablo is really good on the map because there's lots of walls available. But for bans, there's always going to be the typical bans of people that don't want to play against, those playmakers, as you will. Genji being one of those playmakers, Maiev being one of those playmakers, Medivh with the shielding. So that's usually what we see with the first bans and the first couple picks, just because you want to solidify what's going to bring you the win, what's going to help you in those team fights to really guarantee the win. But we actually see Blasting Burrows actually banning out the Diablo. Meaning that they're not planning to pick it and they don't want to play against it. Opens up Maiev available as a first pick. Opens up Garrosh as a pick on the map. He can definitely be one of those playmakers. Medivh is available. See what they choose to pick. A lot of options open. Probably not going to see Alex Straws in the first round. Maybe a Hanzo if the team's feeling well. I know Junkrat's played a lot on this map. We got, like I said, Maiev is still available. Let me know in chat if there's any sounds I need to change, or always keep me updated with my scenes. Taking a while with the first pick. They're probably planning out to do how they're going to do the rest of their draft. If they're if they pick this and the enemy team picks that, what do we counter with? So just using up all their available time. And they do go with the first pick Garrosh. I like it. So honestly, Maiev was an open pick if they play Maiev. I don't know what these teams play. Honestly, I didn't do that much research on them. But if they want to give up them, let's say they don't want Maiev. I believe Garrosh to be a really good counter to Maiev. Well, not a counter, but at least it limits her ability of what she can do. How do you pronounce it's I say Snaginunez. Literally sounding it straight out, Snaginunez. But what I was saying, so Maiev, when she dives in, if she dives in close enough to Garrosh, or Garrosh is very easy to run to her, that Garrosh can throw her, and so it limits the way that she's able to pull. You're actually going to pull the team into your own towers, which is better. But Blasting Burrows doesn't even end up going for it. They pick up the Malfurion and the Sonya. Malfurion opens up a Tracer pick if they want to go for it. They did ban out the Diablo, so they're maybe leaving that as kind of like maybe a last minute pocket in the hole. If you don't have any counters for it, we might go for it. But Diablo he's just really strong on this map. They do pick up their first healer, so they don't have to worry about that. Tilted Miners, they don't have to pick up their healer here unless they're worried about being banned out of one that they need. Again, Alex is good. Lucio's not bad. Stukov, I think, is still pretty good because there's a lot of choke points. And Decker Kane with all the potions and pots in his route. But they do pick up the Stukov, and they go with Kael'thas. Another stun, follow up with the Garrosh. You have Silence to follow up with the Garrosh. You have Flame Strikes sitting on the point when anybody's fighting over it, and Chain Bombs. You can even Chain Bomb a minion and hope that it spreads that way because nobody really pays attention to it as much. So Kael'thas just creates one of those, kind of a little bit of chaos. Although the only problem with Kael'thas is that he gets pretty squish. Sonya could very easily take Leap if they have a dive comp that goes with her, and just jump on Kael'thas. He has his own little self-heal and self-shield and self-stun, but that's about it. You get past that, or he uses it early, then he has no other escapes, and he is pretty much dead. So Blasting Burrows, what were they looking to ban here? They see a tank and a healer from both sides, getting rid of their solo laner. They don't want to compete with that against the Sonya. Plus, gets rid of Bunker, which Bunker can be such a playmaker in itself. When you try to dive on everybody and everybody gets that 25 armor, or the Bunker it's just like a free 1300 health for everybody on the team. So it's available, soak up a lot of damage. Tilted Miners, they already got rid of the Genji. Are they going to be scared of a tank? Maybe they want to get rid of Joanna because they don't want Joanna to be able to just run up to Garrosh. and use her trait and make it so that Garrosh can't throw the person that he wants to throw. I don't think it's worth it to really get rid of Joanna, but it's an option. They could get rid of maybe Hanzo. I've seen a lot of teams playing. Which team picked this map? So Blasting Burros picked the map. Blasting Burros already has 3 picks. I know, sorry, since Tilted Miners already has 3 picks, Blasting Burros obviously went second. Blasting Burros went, Tilted Miners went first. And they do ban out the Junkrat. I said earlier on, Junkrat's getting a lot more play lately. Again, Disruptions be always very powerful. And his Riptire can just burst down. And immediately Blasting Burros picks up the Jaina and the Joanna. I really like it. Obviously, like I was saying before, Joanna can just walk into Garrosh's face, pressure trait, make sure that she doesn't get thrown, and Garrosh can't throw the target that he's looking for. Joanna with the slow on Garrosh actually makes it very hard for Garrosh to just walk up to people, which he likes to do.
Our time has come.
And Tilted actually goes with the Artanis. They're going to go with the spicy swaps. Artanis in the solo lane is not the best against Sonya. Sonya should be probably taking block here, and should be able to body Artanis pretty hard. Artanis doesn't have as much wave clear. He doesn't do as well on the point. What's up, Ember? He doesn't do as well on the actual point, on the objective, just because he has like very little wave clear. He could stay there and survive for a while, but it's going to take him forever to clear it. Quite interesting. I mean, they're basically just going to be looking for... And the Tyrande, the spiciness. What is this? What is the synergy that they have? So, if Artanis gets a God Swap, Garrosh can throw, and that's basically a cross-screen displacement. Garrosh... I mean, if Tyrande is... I mean, they have a lot of stun comps. So, Artanis is going to be in the solo lane, obviously. They have Kael'thas for wave clear. Stukov for some damage on the wave. But if Garrosh gets any type of throw, you should have Garrosh, if he walks up to a person, gets the start off with a throw and then gets the stun. So you have Garrosh throw stun, which slows. You have Kael'thas stun and a Tyrande stun. And then they're also marked during that time. They could definitely burst somebody pretty hard while they're away from their tank. Honestly, they could probably do it against Joanna if they time all their stuns like really well, like where there's actual overlap. Joanna can get bursted down. And we're countering that with a Kerrigan. So basically, there's a lot of burst versus a lot of burst here. Fire versus ice. Kerrigan stuns with Malfurion Roots, with Jaina. Blizzard on top of it. That could get, both teams are going to be looking for ganks. Yeah, I mean, like, both teams are going to be looking for ganks. I think I like Blasting Burros ganks more, just because I think it's going to be more viable to pull off, or at least more easy to pull off, with Kerrigan kind of just walks up to him versus you're going to require Garrosh to throw and everything. So, let me know in chat, what you guys think about this team comp. Yeah, you're right. There's no Maiev prioritized by either team. No Hanzo at all. But, they have, so Blasting Burros has 2 shrine babysitters. Kerrigan's very good on the shrines. Sonya's very good on the shrines. The big thing about Kerrigan is that she can really, like, you're going to want to watch her to see if she plays off the minions. So she can jump around to the different minions to get a good position. So, like, you can be on one side of the shrines, jump to a minion on the other side of the shrine that's near the enemy team. If that minion gets killed, then she gets a reset. But then she can be in range, combo, and then actually jump out. So, like, she can make a lot of plays if she's really good. But, I mean, we're going to be looking for those swaps. So, going into game number 1, Blasting Burros versus Tilted Miners. On the left-hand side, Blasting Burros, we have... I did not change the logos. Wow, I'm good. We'll fix that next game. So on the left-hand side, we got Tiddly on the Joanna, Time on the Kerrigan, Zhao on the Malfurion, Pyromantic on the Jaina, and Michelin on the Sonya. On the right-hand side for Tilted Miners, we got Wolf on the Kael'thas. I just fizzed on the Garrosh, Echo on the Tyrande, Rutschel on the Stukov, and Jace on this Artanis. So let's see if we're going to get any, kind of blind swaps. We got a nice Flame Strike, getting some damage off. They're just going to go ahead and throw. No combo off. They're kind of trying to combo or trying to stun to save the Artanis some damage. But kind of a little bit of a brawl with nobody really getting scared. Honestly, Stukov kept everybody alive a lot more. So looking at the talents, we're actually going to get W build or Lunar Blaze build for the Tyrande. Once again, a little bit off on their combos, but they still provide enough damage to kill off the first Kerrigan. I mean, she was kind of really far out there trying to get the combos without the rest of her team. Jaina was south clearing. Kerrigan actually going for sharpened blades to get more of that burst as opposed to the block against the Artanis or the Tyrande. So we're going to see a little bit of an awkward rotations here as they were doing a little bit of team fighting. I'd like to see Garrosh as a free throw on Jaina. Oh, that was a free throw. Even Joanna was a little too far away. Gonna throw Joanna anyways because her trait did end up falling. Nice dodge by the Tyrande. Joanna took a bunch of tower damage during that time. Like I said, we're not seeing too much of a heavy rotation here, or a heavy focus on rotations. Kerrigan's looking for the throw. Did get the stunt. Took a little bit of tower damage. Just try to do like a panic combo in there just to see if she can catch anything to get the shielding. Like I said, these rotations are very awkward. But now, Blasting Burros, I think, is finally getting in the groove of the rotations. They're actually going to rotate all the way to the bottom to take the Merc camps. I don't believe this was seen by Tilted Miners. Oops. Because I believe Kerrigan was able to walk through the minion wave beforehand. They actually killed it way faster than Tilted Miners was able to kill their Khazra camp. Kel'Thas just wants to finish his Q quest. Make sure he gets that shield. Nice dodge. Still pretty predictable. But still taking a lot of damage. Granted, Joanna's taking a lot of damage. And again, it's kind of awkward with Malfurion here because with the rotations, there's actually a lot less. Like, if you're doing the rotations correctly and you're not really in any danger, Malfurion is actually not able to get Moonfires off. So it's a lot harder for Malfurion to heal the team. Artanis might win a pure 1v1 with Sona, but not with a minion wave. 100% never wins. Especially with Sonya going block. Oh, see, now, this is what I get, Stormkiller. Trying to tell you things, and then you make me miss a kill. So Kerrigan ends up dying with the invasion of Tilted Miners into the first camp. So that's going to be second blood now for Tilted Miners. We're moving into this first objective. That gives them a sizable lead. We actually have Joanna take Sonya taking Whirlwind, getting rid of the roots. There's not really any roots that she can get rid of. If she gets rooted by Stukov, she's already silenced, so she can't use it. Does not get rid of stuns. There are technically 3 stuns, but they're and a silence. I'm surprised that she went the Whirlwind build. Get a nice little spear, gets thrown, not comboed by the Garrosh, just slightly off, but did end up taking a lot of damage by the towers. So Tilted Miners gotten a pretty good lead on the count, waiting for Artanis to rotate down. Now they're going to be coming back in with the 5v5. Tyrande's getting actually kind of low on mana. She's actually not really going to be able to team fight here too fast. Again, another throw on the Jaina, but they actually put everybody in a bad position, and they get Blizzard. Fortunately, they didn't die to the Malfurion roots, but now Sonya and Kerrigan just have the lead on these shrines. Looking for a swap. Sonya comes in. Kerrigan's coming into the combo on the Tyrande. It's taking a lot of damage, but actually living through it with the Malfurion, and then Blasting Burros coming out with the 2 kills on the backline with the Kerrigan. Followed up by the Artanis, and that's, I mean, they just were not able to combo these stuns. Nice big Kerrigan combo with the followed up Malfurion roots and the Blizzard, finishing up with a full team wipe for Blasting Burros. Now, they did lose out on the Punisher, but, you know, the Punisher gets very little value if everybody's dead behind it. Like, that Punisher has really, really bad siege. Oh my god, my game's lagging. Oh my god, my game. I'm sorry. Is Malfurion gonna die to the Punisher? Okay, it got distracted. Yeah, I'd like to see, hopefully Tilted Miners can kind of get into the groove, get their combos going. I feel like they definitely have combo potential, that they just have not been doing it. Maybe there's a little bit miscommunication on when Garrosh is throwing. And, you know, as a tank main, I definitely can feel for him because a lot of times when you can see the throw, it has to be instantly, otherwise you get out of range. Tyrande rotating poorly. She is 100% dead here. Yeah, that was a little bit of a poor rotation. Good catch up by the Kerrigan and the Joanna to see that she was rotating mid. And with that kill, Blasting Burros is just going to rotate to their to Tilted Miners side of the Khazra camp. that swap is a lot harder to hit, man. Like, that's just... I mean, yeah, if he gets that every single time, sure, he can win that, but it's just not reasonable to assume that he's going to get that every time against a good Sonya, like an equal skill level. Like, it might happen the first time, and then Sonya should be easy to get away from. Granted, I don't think Sonya beats an Artanis with this build, but, yeah, we'll see how it goes. She's doing fine in the lane so far. Alright, so this is a full level lead for Blasting Burros. I mean, they're going to hit 10 here really quickly, probably with this minion wave. Honestly, if anybody stayed there, it'd 100% hit it. So yeah, there's the 10 with that minion wave. They were looking to invade onto the Shaman camp, but, you know, didn't quite get there in time. But I think they're still going to be looking for to get aggressive. Looking for that swap. Barely missed the Kerrigan. That would have put the Kerrigan on side of the Keep Tower. Right now, Tilted Miners is kind of just playing passive, waiting to, waiting to get 10. You actually have Garrosh soaking into the bot lane, which feels bad. That's the one thing I didn't really mention about the Tilted Miners comp, is that they actually have very poor wave clear with the Garrosh and the Tyrande. Like, pretty much only Kael'thas. And, you know, he can't be everywhere. This is a 3v4 down 10. I'm not really sure why the Tyrande or the Artanis were pushing into it, but, you know, Blasting Burros is just going to be like, all right, free. I'll take a free 2 kills. No problem with that. And that puts them at, you know, they just hit level 10 for Tilted Miners, but now they can, you know, the next Punisher is top lane, and that wall is actually already down. So this Punisher is guaranteed this fort once it actually, if Blasting Burros is able to take care of the Punisher. So looking at level 10s, we have Water Elemental, Maelstrom, Wrath of the Berserker, ends up going with Master of the Berserker instead of the Elite trying to get onto the back line. Blessed Shield and Tranquility, you know, getting rid of some of that. They know there's not really going to be too much dive other than the Artanis, but silencing an Artanis is not that big of a deal. Big swap on the Malfurion. Nice taunt, and they're actually going to burn him down, especially with the Purifier Beam. Throwing the Tyrande forward to get more of that face, and nice stun on the Jaina, and that's actually going to be a dead Jaina. Should die. Yeah, there you go. Looking for another swap. Hits the Kerrigan. Gonna get some body blocks going on. Nice push by the Stukov. Artanis, though, might die just to the towers and the Kerrigan combo. She dies, but she brings 2 people with her. That, I'm sure, was not expected by Tilted Miners, and I feel like Blasting Burros actually came out with a win there. Yeah, 100. I mean, I feel like that still comes out to the win. That's going to be longer death timers for Tilted Miners, so that when they come in, when Blasting Burros comes in with all 5, they're going to be able to just kind of push in. I love this play. Like, great play by the Johanna to come all the way to the outside. It has to get thrown by the Garrosh. They're going to be looking for that Kael'thas. He gets thrown by the Garrosh and actually gets saved. I mean, that was a great play by Blasting Burros, a great play by the Garrosh to make sure that his team did not end up dying. And Water Elemental goes out, so there's going to be a lot of, you know, they can clear that. Maybe Garrosh does not die, hopefully. Water Elemental, focus it. There you go. Tranquility pop, so there's going to, but now it's a 5v5. There are no ultimates available for Blasting Burros. So I don't know if Tilted Miner has been paying attention to that on their self. You know, they saw Tranquility out, they saw Water Elemental, they saw Wrath of Berserker, which obviously is still up. But, you know, they have reason to really come back in here. They're waiting for Garrosh to tap the wealth. It is down level 13, but it is all ultimate up. There are still ultimates up. Big Kerrigan combo, hitting 2 members, followed up with a Jaina big Blizzard. But the counter Artanis jumping on top of the Jaina, killing that off, and Kerrigan is just sitting in the backline with Sonya taking out the Kael'thas. And I believe, nice another combo from Time, hitting that Artanis. Artanis is still in there, he's got some shielding. Garrosh is throwing people around to make sure. Garrosh ends up going down and then followed by the Artanis. And I believe this should be a dead Tyrande as well. Good little stun, slow her down, but with that Kerrigan follow-up, yeah, there's no way she's getting out. So now that was a 4-man wipe for Blasting Burros plus the Punisher. So it's not going to be looking good. This is now going to be pushing onto a keep wall. So with this first jump, you know, it's going to, Kael'thas is the one that actually has to drop it over the wall. He's going to take a lot of damage here. Yeah, they're waiting for the Garrosh. Okay, there we go. Artanis was trying to swap. But unfortunately, it does not go through walls like that. Kerrigan actually was, I mean, this is what we're going to be looking for a lot of times when Blasting Burrows gets the Punisher, is the Kerrigan combo over the wall. Basically, as soon as anybody gets hit by the Punisher, a nice combo on the Kael'thas, followed up by the Malfurion root, and Kael'thas goes down. Johanna just kind of running away from the Purifier Beam. Kerrigan's back in there with more combos, killing off the Johanna, or the Garrosh. And a 4-man kill. After the Punisher died, they still get 4 people. And now the first keep of the game. At 11. Are they looking to end? I mean, there's 20 seconds. They have a Sonya. Kerrigan's not bad on the point either. Jaina's got plenty of mana. This is going to be the fastest game ever on Infernal. Kael'thas just came up. Still 5 seconds on Garrosh. Sonya's just going to town, especially with the Kerrigan. Artanis even dies in the end there. And nope. They saw the win condition and they went for it. That was a very quick game. Oh man. Like, I mean, probably not a call I would have made, just because I think I probably play a little more passive, but you know, they had Sonya, they had Kerrigan, 4 people dead for 20 seconds. That's enough time to kill the core that quick. Holy cow. Alright, so bear with me while I get everything situated to get to game number 2, which is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen, picked by Blasting Burrows. No, wait. Tomb of the Spider Queen was picked by Tilted. Yes. The team in here. Yeah, I mean, that was ridiculous. Kerrigan was getting a lot of great combos. Unfortunately, Tilted Miners was not able to get the same combos that they were probably looking for. Garrosh was doing a really good job, was trying to keep his team alive by peeling, throwing people around, throwing the enemy away, throwing his team into safety. Fortunately, just was not enough, because the follow-up from the Sonya and the Kerrigan was just too much to handle. Once Kerrigan and Sonya got on that back line, I don't think there's anything that Artanis or Garrosh could do about it. I mean, those are both really strong maps, really strong picks on that map. It's if you have a confident Kerrigan player on that map, she can definitely carry you. And a lot of teams don't really play against Kerrigan too often. They had a lot of good dodges. I mean, like when Kerrigan in the open field, I saw a lot of good Kael'thas dodges on the open field. Rexpa on their team now. Wait, I thought that was... I remember seeing Zhao last time. Was Zhao there last time? Spinning hammer is so worthless. Why do you always take that? I don't know. Maybe he's hoping to get some damage on the back line while he's still sitting on the Garrosh. Yeah, I usually like Burning Rage on that map, in my opinion. Alright, both teams are ready. Go. So, that was a sizable win by Blasting Burrows on the first map of Infernal Shrines. But let's see if Tilted Miners has something up their sleeves for their pick of Tomb of the Spider Queen. A heavy rotation map. Their rotations last game were looking a little slack. You know, I think they got kind of caught off guard with the different team fights and the different little brawls here and there. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let's see. Diablo's still good. Garrosh is still good. Maiev is still good. Genji is still good. Those typical playmakers that you have. But now we got first pick and first ban for Blasting Burrows. So let's see. That's the end of the game. Yep, banning the Diablo once again. I guess their tank player must really not like playing Diablo. I mean, late game Diablo with the 16 and overpower and the double stun, it's it's terrifying. Just instant one shot somebody. Granted, you can only do that for like another 4 more days until the patch comes out, but And Tilted Miners banning the Genji. Blasting Burros immediately picks up the Malfurion. So far looking the exact same as last game. Maybe Tilted Miners goes for the Garrosh again. I guess I don't think neither teams prioritized Maiev last game. So I don't know if it's just because they had plans for that map. Obviously, there's probably no room for a Maiev if you have a Kerrigan. Tilted Miners picking up the Blaze real early as their solo laner. He has counters in lane, so it's kind of interesting to pick him up early. He does have pretty good poke on the turn-ins, followed by the Junkrat, also pretty good poke. And Junkrat's one of those people, he really can disrupt rotations on this map because he can throw his mine, he can throw his trap on the other person's lane, he can throw his bomb over there to knock him away. He can really just be straight disruptive, which I think is where a lot of his power comes from. Granted, once he gets level 16, if he's been stacking his Qs and he gets the reduced cooldown, and especially level 20 with the bombs, I mean, he can start pumping out a lot of damage, especially with the burst from Riptire. So something that to be scared of. Now Blasting Burros, they can honestly, Kerrigan is still good here, still good on this map. Was one of her best maps, but they end up picking up the Gul'dan and actually early picking the ETC. There's only one interrupt for ETC right now for Mosh Pit, but Gul'dan with the wave clear, I think ETC is just going to be one of those people that's just going to be body blocking for the Gul'dan. A lot of times you'll see ETC players kind of waiting in the bushes, making sure that their people don't get engaged upon, and then he comes in with a slide and knockback. Gul'dan, one of the best wave clear heroes on this map specifically. I shouldn't say specifically. On most maps, he's really good wave clear, but just because of the heavy rotation, he can clear a wave instantly. There's one hero that Burros will first pick. They banned it. Genji. So they always first pick Genji. This time, Tilted Miners getting rid of the Sonya, knowing that Sonya should beat up Blaze as well. And Blasting Burros getting rid of the Stukov. Kind of the hero that they picked last game. Maybe they think that they like Stukov. I think Lucio does really well on this map. Yes, they did ban Genji first map, game 1 as well. So probably going to be looking to pick up their healer and most likely their main tank, I would imagine. There's probably no reason to show their 5th pick, like their 5th ranged pick, or their kind of like their flex. I don't believe there should be any reason to show it here. Not anything that you're really looking for. We're probably going to see the Joanna, in my opinion. That gives more interrupt for the ETC. But they go with the Ariel Hanzo. Interesting with the Ariel pick. I mean, she does do decently if your Hanzo or your Junkrat are able to get a lot of poke damage in to give Ariel hope. Ariel does provide pretty good healing against Gul'dan. The problem is there that you rely so heavily on actually doing damage to the team, and if you're not able to get that damage, if your carries aren't able to get that damage in, Ariel feels very starved, and if she takes any poke damage, like if your team takes any poke damage and you're not getting counter damage, you can't do anything about it. You just get slowly poked to death. I'd be very curious to see if Blasting Burros goes Chromie here. Chromie is one of the best counters to Ariel, just because you get all that poke damage out of range where your team can't give yourself hoping. Ariel got a little bit of a buff in the most recent patch. She can do some self-preservation a little bit better, get her own hope a little better. But they're going to be looking for their solo lane. Honestly, I'm not afraid of... I don't hate Leoric. Entomb on an Ariel forces out an Aegis. Yep, perfect. Yep, Leoric, I think it's really good here. I mean, maybe not really good. It's probably the best pick that they have. Alarak actually would have been sick, honestly. They do go with the Kerrigan. It kind of performs the same function. Alarak and Kerrigan, they both get those stuns from kind of like that mid-range and can really cause a lot of that burst damage. Leo will be able to beat Blaze in lane. The Entomb won't get as much value because there is Bunker and Aegis and Sanctification. So we'll have to see how that plays out. there's not much. There's like zero peel from. I know Tyrael and Blaze have, were in HGC for a little bit there in the meta for the double kind of sustain of Sanctification Bunker, but there's no peel for the team, like zero. So hopefully the Hanzo and the Junkrat are super far away, so they do have long range. But if Kerrigan's able to jump onto them, there's not much they can do other than Sanctification. So game number 2 going to Tomb of the Spider Queen. This time, I mean, looking at the team comp, there's more damage that comes out of Tilted Miners with the poke. ETC, if ETC plays right, he's probably sitting in the bushes. Kerrigan's probably sitting in the bushes. So only poke damage that they can do is on Gul'dan, which should be farther back in lane. And for them to do that, they have to step up and then they get comboed. So if played correctly, I like Blasting Burros comp a lot better. I have confidence that they'll be able to play it correctly because they do like the Kerrigan. But let me know in chat what you guys think will win. So game number 2, Blasting Burros. On the left-hand side, we got Pyromantic on the Gul'dan, Tidalihi on the ETC, Zhao on the Malfurion, Time on the Kerrigan, and Michelin on the Leoric, doing little spicy things in the beginning. On the right-hand side, we got Rukdal on the Ariel this time, Wolf on the Junkrat, I Just Fizzed, now on the Blaze. He was the main tank player last time, so now he's going to be in the solo lane. Jace is on the Tyrael, and Eiko on the Hanzo. Alright, so this is a game where Blasting Burros is really going to want to pick that early game team fight. Because I feel like they have the better kill comp. They can easily burst somebody down. I mean, Gul'dan doesn't do burst, but he does enough damage where Auriel will not be able to do anything about it. Like I said, ETC, we'll probably see ETC sitting in this little spot the whole game. He's going to be looking for these little rotations. He's going to be looking for... Nice hit there. Actually, he's going to stun the... Hanzo. Kerrigan was looking for the follow-up stun, but Hanzo was able to jump away. Meanwhile, Michelin actually took a crap ton of damage. But this is what I'm looking at here. So look at these health bars. Keep paying attention to these health bars, and look at Auriel's Hope. Like, she cannot do anything about this. So, ETC probably going to be running around with his team. Kerrigan's actually going to be sitting in the bush. Looking at this Tyrael here. Looking for the Hanzo. Once again, there's no jump. Actually get the Junkrat with the Malfurion root with ETC slide. Junkrat does get a bomb out. Actually hits Gul'dan into the towers, which is the best person for him. And the Hanzo focus, that counter Junkrat bomb, netting them 2 kills with that disruption. 3 kills actually here with the Hanzo. And with the ETC slide, will not give him the 4th, but Hanzo's looking for it. Okay, he does get away. Hanzo, he was looking for it heavy. He took a little bit of tower shots for it. But that's 3 kills right off the bat for Tilted Miners. Leoric's actually doing a bad time against Blaze here. But I think once Leoric gets more talents, it should be a little bit better. Once he gets level 4 and clears the way fast enough. So, Italy, he's still having to hang out just to make sure. Trying to jump on the Hanzo, but the Hanzo using his trait effectively to be able to get away from the Kerrigan stuns. But I mean, we saw a big combo there. We got Kerrigan, ETC. It's almost like if they had Jaina, that would have been 2 kills there instead of their side. Problem is that Jaina does have to use a lot of her abilities on the wave to make sure that they can clear it in time. So that's probably what they were thinking of. Junkrat, they do have a lot of pokers here. Slightly missed the combo only because the Hanzo walked back into the Kerrigan. You hate to see it as a Kerrigan player. ETC taking a lot of damage. Does he have a slide available? He does, so he will be able to get out. Kerrigan's looking for the counter. But actually, this, with the Tyrael heals and the just the long range poke from Tilted Miners, this is looking pretty good for him so far. They have a half level lead, which is useful. Michelin now starting to capitalize on his ability to beat up the Blaze. We're going to see a small turn-in for Tilted Miners, and I imagine they're probably going to run down here to try to poke on this Leoric to make sure Blaze gets a level lead. Missed on the stun. That's okay. I think this is just going to scare Leoric away. Kerrigan looking for that Blaze. Oh, just barely missed it. Now we got the 5-man rotation in here, turned on the Kerrigan, and just with no heals and missing her combo, didn't get the self-shielding. And that's actually going to be another 2 kills, 3 kills with the Junkrat bomb. What a play there. And that rotation works out so well for Tilted Miners. ETC does not have Echo Pedal yet, so he has a hard time clearing waves. I'm actually quite surprised Gul'dan didn't go up there to clear it for them. Tilted Miners, I mean, they're looking to slowball this. They have a half-level lead. It's up to you guys to pause. I'm not pausing. There you go. So Tilted Miners doing kind of like a 3/4 of a level lead right now. They got 6 kills to 0. They have only 6 gems away from a turn in, whereas Blasting Burros has 15. So Tilted Miners, it's their game, you know, their game to snowball right now. If they have control of the map, I don't know if it's worth it for them to take Knights just because they have Gul'dan. They don't want to kind of lose up these rotations. But they have time since they are, 10 gems ahead of Blasting Burros. All right, ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Wait. I thought P was the pause button. Yeah, so it might not be worth it for the take Knights, just because they kind of want to control these turns. But like the thing is that it's harder for them to fight on the turn-ins. But so far they've been winning all the turn-in fights, so they're winning all these team fights. Kerrigan, nice little dodge on the mine there. But still, the Hanzo range is actually just poking him down so much. Kerrigan's not been able to land any combo this game, honestly. Yeah, I think Tilted Miners does have to get those Knights play in before Blasting Burros has enough coins to turn in themselves. That way, the Knights will at least put pressure on the lane so that Tilted Miners can actually turn in. They have 16. They only need 10. Blasting Burros needs what? 2? 1? Getting full Q build out of the Hanzo, looking to make sure that he can clear the waves really quick, even though they already have the Junkrat. Now ETC finally has the Echo Pedal so he can do some of his own clearing. Tilted Miners looking to turn in here, but with nice jump over with the Hanzo. Actually kind of still in his unsafe spot, but it doesn't matter. He was able to pick up enough, him and the Hanzo were able to pick up enough damage onto the Kerrigan to kill her. I mean, the Kerrigan has just not been working out here. Nice Junkrat bomb once again, hitting the Leoric out of range, and he's still in danger here with the Tyrael. ETC sliding back. Everybody gets rooted, and they at least get 2 people out of the way. So that should be a free turn-in for Tilted Miners. Nice rotations by the Blaze and the Leoric to come up. Unfortunately, the Leoric did die. But still, a good idea. When the team fight's going to come in, it's that serious. You still need to get those team fights in. Once again, another missed combo. Nice with the Ariel Bust in there. She's got a full health bar, so everybody gets in and gets healed. Hanzo's pretty far out there. I think he's already used his jump, but the Junkrat and the Hanzo damage. Holy cow. Hanzo got the scatter arrow off this wall right into the Kerrigan. Or I think it might have been this wall. But either way, she died pretty quick. So what I said before, I mean, this Junkrat is just providing so much disruption for his team that it's just getting as soon as Kerrigan jumps in there, she gets knocked back away, ETC gets knocked away, and if she doesn't hit her combo, then she's been dying every time. Honestly, this Hanzo damage, let's look at this damage real quick. Hanzo's at 25, Junkrat's only at 10, Gul'dan's at 20. Nice. Scatter arrow, and the Web Weavers actually get the kill on the Gul'dan after that scatter arrow. Man, this Hanzo has just been carrying the team. Finally, Kerrigan gets a 2-man stun, but Judgment comes out with the Dragon arrow, killing the Kerrigan once again. Looking at this, Kerrigan's up to 5 deaths for their team. This is an 11-0 kill game right now. Junkrat. Nice, getting a little bit of calls from his team that they're rotating up, able to scoot away. I mean, that's 3 walls done. Actually going to try to get a mid fort. Kerrigan's back up, but it's a 3-level lead. I mean, Tilted Miners can pretty much do whatever they want here. They might actually rotate and get all 3, honestly. Between the ETC and the Kerrigan, especially the Kerrigan dying and not being level 10, they're going to rotate down here, get some keep wall. Kerrigan gets a combo on 2 people. Hanzo is still just, he's in there with those auto attacks and those Q damage. And Kerrigan dying once again. Kerrigan's not having a fun time, man. Not having a fun time. And this is great for Tilted Miners. I mean, Blasted Burros, like I said before, I mean, if they have 2-3 more games to play this season, they're 2 dominations away from tying with Freelo, who are the #1 right now. So if they lose to a draw here, you know, that pretty much makes sure that they are only can get the #2 spot. I guess Freelo can still feed. Although I think their season's done. I don't know. I haven't paid attention to the scoring. Another turn-in available for Tilted Miners. ETC's looking. They have level 10 now. We have Mosh Pit and Tomb. All the ultimates available. Tranquility once again. I think that's useful. Kerrigan out of position, taking a bunch of damage. Here comes the Riptire. Not really any follow-up here. Kind of just Riptiring and actually gets stunned and entombed. He has no self-bomb. There it is. Makes it all the way over the wall. How lucky. Dragon Arrow. That was like a... So the Sanctification came out to go on the Kerrigan. The Dragon Arrow would have been on point, but Kerrigan died too quick, and Dragon Arrow completely whiffed. And they were able to pick up 3 kills after that. I mean, Hanzo, like, he's carrying so hard. His scatter arrows are on point to hit like 3 scatter arrows on one person. It just chunks them. The Q damage is chunking them. There's just not much that Blasting Burros has been able to do here. ETC sitting on the top lane. He has Stage Dive. No, he has Mosh Pit. Yeah. Level 13. Still a talent tier ahead for Tilted Miners. And they're just pushing this keep in because since their Web Weaver was the farthest in. They're gonna have minions available. I don't know, I think they might have to get this keep. Unless they get a pick really early, I mean, they're just not able to get as much done. I mean, this Hanzo range has been feeding Ariel so well. Like what I said before, if she was going to have issues, but she's been having no issues, I think. Look at the healing. Just take this away, because it looks like they are looking for a fight. Nice whip by the Ariel to keep the ETC away. Once again, Dragon Arrow, we're going to see it come out. This just gets nuked. So wait, there's no bunker? I just realized that there's no bunker. Picking combustion, but... I guess they're just looking for more damage. Basically, they're looking to counterburst, and it's working so well. The Hanzo damage. That's... Is this going to be... Are they going to end here? I mean, they at least get 2 keeps. The last game was an 11-minute game. Are they winning in less than 11 minutes? Gul'dan's available. There's still a Web Weaver up. There's a lot of minions here on the core. Kerrigan just rezzed. Fear going out. They're looking to try to defend as much as possible. Nice Junkrat Bomb getting Disruption out. We don't have Judgment yet. We do have Riptire. Here comes the Riptire. Ariel's got a lot of healing. Their Kerrigan finally hits a 3-man combo. Ends up killing 2 of them right away and the 3rd. Followed up by the Tyrael. And Junkrat will be able to get away, but that's basically Bashing Burros losing all 3 keeps, but at least saving their core at 19%. Save themselves from... not losing before 11 minutes because otherwise I think they would have lost, you know, the whole match. I think that counts as a domination if they lose before 11 minutes because the first game ended in 11:20. So, looking for the boss play with the Web Weavers. Unfortunately for them, since they have lost all 3 keeps, these Web Weavers are going to do literally nothing because they're going to start so far back. Look at this. They all start at their own key. They'll probably start right around here. But at least they'll have a boss pushing with it. But they have the... I mean, Tilted Miners has the full combo available. The Judgment, Dragon Arrow, Riptire. They might not care here. They might just, you know, try to take a team fight with the Judgment, go onto the Gul'dan or the Kerrigan, and just instantly blow out somebody and then go for the core. I mean, it's only... I mean, now roughly 30% with shields. So, looking at the level 16s. I mean, Blasting Burros just doing what they can to try to stay in the game. Pushing out their lanes as much as possible. Tilted Miners saw them all bot lane briefly while the minion wave was there. Junkrat does go for the spread volley. I actually really like the cooldown on Junkrat. I feel like that does provide more DPS. Spread volley provides a little bit more burst, but seems like they already have enough for the single target. ETC's up here, kind of giving vision for his team, but I mean, he can easily get caught out and blown up. ETC is quite squishy, especially if they do nice interrupt from the Blaze. Fear going out kind of early, only hitting the Tyrael. And here comes the Junkrat. We see the Dragon Arrow coming out, getting body blocked by the Kerrigan, so they're just going to go ahead and turn on Kerrigan. Kerrigan staying alive for now with the Tranquility and the healing from Malfurion. Mosh pitting, hitting 2 members. This teamfight's still going on. Level 16, 17 to 16. Kerrigan dying, Hanzo counter killing, but Junkrat's coming out here. The Ariel has not changed her hat target yet, and that kills off Blaze. Ariel needs to change off his heart. Oh, yeah. Once that Hanzo died, I feel like they probably could have turned that fight if Ariel had energy on the Hanzo, on the Junkrat. So, Blasting Burros showing some life in this game. Actually took that fight, got 3 kills in that fight, down a talent tier. And that's something like you don't want to see on Tilted Miners. Hopefully they're not throwing here. This is going to be a very big uphill climb for Bastion Burros since all these lanes are constantly pushed out. Kerrigan actually going for the aggressive defense instead of the little like instant shield on the 2 tanks. Another turn in for Blasting Burros, which is good. Again, helps them push out these lanes. This time they should be able to... Oh, no, they had 1 off. But now it's a 5-man 5 here. So they're actually not going to be able to get this turn in unless they win another team fight. Nice Junkrat bomb. ETC has the whip. Nice knockback on the Blaze. The Hanzo actually came out before Judgment came out and still landed the hit. Riptide coming on, looking for the hit on that Blaze, or ETC. Nice Entomb to kind of body block a little bit. They're still chasing this. I mean, Hanzo damage followed up with the Leoric death. That is going to be... Should be Tilted Miners pushing to the core here. With only the Kerrigan alive to really stop them. Nice whip as soon as the Kerrigan jumped in. Still gets a stun on the Hanzo, but Hanzo with the Ariel heals not really going to have any issues with that. And Tilted Miners just finishing off that kill because why not? Going to get game number 2, bringing the game to a draw against Blasting Burros, the number 2 team right now. And that was actually a 25 to... Let's start real quick. 25 to 7 kill game. That was... I mean, Tilted Miners was just... They were just... The Judgment Dragon Arrow combo, even with the Blaze Combustion, I mean, that person was just getting melted with just the Malfurion heals. Really playing to their strengths, really playing to the strengths, playing to the weaknesses of Malfurion. So good job to Tilted Miners. So I'm just gonna do it where whoever won, since this was a draw, Tilted Miners won second. So I'm just gonna try to bring in somebody from Tilted Miners as the interview. I would move it to this screen, but my dog has left her crate to sleep somewhere else. So both games being very explosive, honestly. Game number 1 on Infernal Shrines with Blasting Burros, I mean, they were controlling the map completely with that Kerrigan Sonya jumping on the back line. Game number 2, the Kerrigan not working out quite as well. I think the Gul'dan damage was just not enough to really secure kills. Like maybe if they have the Jaina again, or even Kael'thas to get more stuns, I'm not sure. But Kael'thas would have died just as much to the Judgment, pretty much going for any mage there. Don't know, the guy's not responding to me, so I might just get somebody from Blasting Burros. Alright, so we're going to get 2 people. Yeah, I mean, with the Junkrat bomb, I mean, they're getting so much disruption. Like anytime Kerrigan came in, she got knocked away. ETC got knocked away a bunch. They just weren't able to actually secure kills. Kerrigan combo was missing a lot, but it's hard. They're very squishy people. They're very small hitboxing. Hanzo was doing a great job of using his natural agility to jump over walls and to dodge the Kerrigan. Taking a little longer to get into the lobby. Oh, there's one of them. Hey, so right now we got Ruchtel with Tilted Miners. Is anybody else joining you, or is it just you? How's it go? Oh, got a little bit of feedback there. All right, so congratulations, guys, on game number 2. That was an explosive game with the Judgment. 25 kills to 7. How's that feel? Typical, yeah. Yeah, it worked out really well. I mean, there was even one time where I know oftentimes you're doing the Judgment first, then followed up by the Hanzo arrow, and then your combustion following it. But there was one time Hanzo picked the call, I guess, because the arrow came out first, and then Judgment came in afterwards. Worked out for you since the arrow hit, but is that a combo that you guys have used a lot? Or is this a secret strat? Mm-hmm. Is that pretty much like your pick on Tomb? I guess I don't know if you want to give away too much. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't. Your Junkrat was doing great on disrupting them to make sure that they couldn't dive onto you guys. Yeah, yeah, it was really the bombs, honestly, that I saw. So let's talk about game number 1 real quick. Obviously, it did not go in your favor as much as you thought, because it really seems like both games were both one-sided drastically for either team. So for game number 1, you guys had what, the Kael'thas, Garrosh, and Tyrande. So what was your reasoning behind the Tyrande pick? Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what I was pretty much seeing as well. I was commenting on that a lot. Once the Kerrigan Sonya got in the back line, there's not much you could to do about it. Like Garrosh only has so much only so much peel, and Artanis has 0, so it was hard to get away from that. I mean, I saw a few times where a lot of times your Toronto is really kind of throwing off the the stun kind of willy nilly. I mean, not really waiting for the Garrosh. I know that's very hard to practice a lot. I mean, do you guys and try to practice a lot, or was that kind of like a one time deal? I mean, obviously your combos in the second game were great. Combos in the first game, not so much. No, I mean she was hitting the skill shots. It was just on other targets. It was like on their back line as opposed to the person that you might have flipped. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that Kerrigan was definitely doing a lot of disruption in the first game. Not so much the second game, but the first game it did a lot. So with that second game, I think so. Rolf was on Junkrat, right? Ruchtel, you were on the Ariel. Um, the Blaze though, picking out the combustion, not going for the bunker. I guess were you guys just that confident once you guys got down there? Yeah. Yeah. Not his first quote unquote accident. Yeah, I mean, it worked out just because, yeah, you guys pretty much steamrolled it. You had the 3 level lead there with level 11 up to level 8. So, I mean, pushing into those keeps. It was pretty. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I was quite surprised by that as well. That stream is saying I can't hear you guys. I have you guys maxed up on mine side. I'm not really sure why they can't hear you. But with that, oh well, I guess it was kind of a one-sided conversation, I guess, for the watchers. So then with that, what are you guys looking forward to? Do you have one other game left for next week? Oh, nice. So more people that to vie for the playoff position. Are you guys worried about it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. So more practice is always good. But yeah, well, I guess that's it for me. I hope you guys have any quick shout outs. Yeah, I know. I'm not. I literally all the other interviews when I watch the stream again, like for the other ones I've casted, I can hear them fine. I'm in the same lobby. I'm in the same Discord. All my other stuff is the same. Oh, you know what's happening this game because I didn't have desktop audio on. That's what did it.
Oh, that would do it.
Holy cow! I'm good at this game. So dumb. Oh my god. All right. Well, with that, I think I'm done. Yeah. So no Vegas to hear you. Oh well. But good luck in the following games coming up next week, and hope you guys have a good time.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you.